God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Amen.
In my old two-seater rolling down the boulevard, a headlight shining on rusty fences as I passed the rail yard. Black leather jacket on a Friday night, fire up the lighter and a lucky strike. The radio saying take a walk on the wild side, and it's got me feeling like flying, proud red, white, and blue. I can see her waiting on the corner, smiling, 'cause she feels just like I do. Now she's sitting right next to me. Everything's how it ought to be, being young in the land of the free. And she's got me feeling like go wide open, it's a pedal down kind of thing. A little bit of fall, some blues, a little gangster smooth. The sweet emotion raining all over me. Give me that heart and that soul. American rock and roll.
What's up, Mr. Mad Shed?
Oh, hey.
Morning, everybody. Canadian, Matt. What do we got? I seen Coffee First.
Are we there?
Scat Pack, Eric, Broken.
Are we there?
I think I got everybody.
Hey, top of the morning to you.
Top of the morning to you. Man, oh man. I was kind of, hell, I've been so out of touch. I started at the damn computer this morning. I started clicking through things. Hell, I started getting kind of all the little thumbnails, and I'm like, after about the fourth one, I'm like, I don't know. I kind of think I like the past couple of days because I realized just how oh yeah, I'm not hearing that. Yeah. By the way, I saw some shooting thing. Apparently, you guys up in Columbus, man, it was some crazy ass wild chase, and I thought it was so ironic because I want to say that during this car chase, so this one little silver car wasn't like some kind of Lambo, like this thing's worth any kind of amount of money. Just some little shit gray car, but somehow during this chase, I'm like, wait a minute, I'm adding this up, and it seems to me like you've probably totaled about, I don't know, 8 cop cars, and what's the benefit? You should have just popped homeboy and just called it a day.
Yeah,
They were all the chases.
there's a controversial thing going on around here because there's so many townships and suburbs that they want to chase them, but they don't want to chase them. Cleveland doesn't want to chase them. They're trying to do this thing where they don't want to chase the perpetrators. But a lot of townships are like, no, chase them. Stop them. Because they like to joyride around here.
Well, the crime stuff, because what was it? Was it down in Dallas? I think it was Dallas. They did that the pursuit thing, and it's like, yo, dude, then what you're saying then is if the cop ain't standing there when they run out and get in their car, well, then there you go. Just don't say it's like that doesn't work. We just need to go on like that right there. They should have just popped homeboy in the driver's seat instead of all this car chasing, hanging off of shit and stuff. At some point, I'm willing to risk the public's life. You don't need to maybe be
here. Because what it does is they're doing what's called wild. You know what I'm saying? So what they do is first off they steal a Kia, and then they start a spree. We're not too long, which was in this area, right? These kids stole a Kia, ran around, they stole an iPhone, stole an iPad, they robbed somebody of their money. Then they tried to rob an Amazon driver, and the Amazon driver stopped the whole thing by popping them. It is a constitutional carry here.
There you go. Uh-oh. Yeah, you're breaking up. Did we just lose him? Oh, there, he started to move. Oh. There he goes.
Some coffee.
Boy, that was a hell of a change, wasn't it? It went from him profile standing there, and all of a sudden his face was at the screen. There was a lag. And it was kind of like you
Yeah,
went
that's
from this
exactly.
profile standing at the counter and it froze like that. And then all of a sudden, the next one you were looking like right at the counter. Oh, there he went. And then I turned to look and he's gone. I'm sitting in the forbidden front parlor looking at this bench the missus bought for front entrance. It's all black, velvet, fancy, and the cat has taken a liking to it. Oh, Lord have mercy. Velvet material with cats. You're going to end up needing to just investing in those little sticky roller things where, you know, you kind of run it across there and then peel that layer off and then run it again and peel that layer. All messages or live chat, y'all. Hopefully Mad Shad will come back. Hadn't talked to him in forever. But I think, didn't they got some storm damage up in there. There he is. Let's see. Bam. He's back.
Hi, everybody. Just your friendly neighborhood Mad Shad.
Hey, so I took a break yesterday or at some point, I don't know how, I can't remember. I'll show you some pictures. Been doing some work back in here and caught a little shit down and had somebody over yesterday getting a fence, putting some poles in and shit. So it's been a rather active couple of days. But was it yesterday? I lose track of time, so just bear with me. I don't know. It could have been 2 days ago, yesterday. It is what it is. But you went to do the panel with that dude, that Joel guy or something, I guess, that had talked some shit.
Oh,
But
yes. Joel. I
looked away, and then I looked back, and all of a sudden it was ended. So did that not go over very well?
I know that was last night. Joel. No, we had a rocky start. A lot of technical difficulties. But then throughout the whole thing, I heard there was an echo issue, which he never fixed. He's new to all this stuff. So no, it went on for about a good 2-hour interview.
Did you do a second one then?
No, we
Or
just
did you
did
have-
one last night.
Because it was like y'all were there. And then all of a sudden I looked away to answer something. When I looked back, it just had the thumbnail that it had ended or something.
Yeah, we had to restart it. Yeah,
Oh,
we had to restart the yeah. So there were 2 lackluster Fridays.
Okay. That's probably what then I missed. Because then when I come back, I'm like, well, damn, I missed that one. And then I just went on back to work.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, it was a very lackluster interview with Joel Eichner. Yeah.
No luster.
No luster whatsoever. Yeah.
Really lacked the luster on that Friday.
Yeah. Yeah. And I thought it was going to be a spicy one. Not really.
So he was talking shit about you?
Joel is he's well known for making hateful, disrespectful, and threatening comments in live chats, and not only my live chat and my lives, but many others. He's been kicked out of Papa's Farms, Vision Preparedness, Widow's Diary, Artisan Poet, Angry Prepper, mine, of course, and so many more others. He has a problem.
Oh, so that's his fetish, is to go in there and stir up the shit.
Yeah, he likes to say some off the wall. He says that when he gets to drinking, that was the reasoning. He said when it gets to drinking, the bad Joel comes out.
Oh, so this is even a self-aware thing. Like, hey, I know when I get drunk, I'm
Right.
gonna offend people and piss them off and say stupid shit. So, by the way, you got another 12 pack? I mean, it's like, see, I don't.
Yeah.
You know this voluntarily doing, and it just, yeah, those assholes really get me.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and it was a lot of things that I could relate to, throughout the conversation. But we all get to that point where, yeah, I know I'm doing it, and I need to change. I need to do something about it. I need to make myself better. Why would you continue to be an asshole? You know what I'm saying? Unless you find it fun, unless there's some type of sick, demented pleasure in this. I don't know. I mean, that's so. I mean, it was just a way of uh, answering questions. There was a lot of people. His accusers were there in chat, and he answered every question. Um, I asked all the questions. He answered the questions. I think some people got closure, somewhat,
At least
and
have a
maybe
better.
possibly he will get better at his texting and typing, thinking, texting, typing connection, mind typing connection. Yeah, there we go.
Hey, morning, John. Well, see, that's wow, what a trip. So it's like I know that I caused the conflict. Let me do it some more. I got more excuses of why I do it. So accept me. It's like I don't think it quite works that way, but okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
I didn't know that the one time you were trying because you were talking about it, but I came in late, so I wasn't sure what started it. And then I knew you were wanting him to come up, and all of a sudden I saw that one, and I was going to try to catch it because I was kind of wondering what his deal was. But that total makes sense. I get it. Yeah, because there are those people. They just want to see. I've actually wondered: is it because their life, like they're so unhappy that because it's kind of like mean drunks. Mean drunks are people that are, to me, this is just my opinion, so I ain't classifying nobody, but it's like when you're a mean drunk, it's because you're unhappy with some shit and you're mad inside. You might have been being quiet, but the minute you reach a certain alcohol level, the barrier went away and you just start to vomit shit out your mouth and you say ugly shit. Or you have the mellow people that might have been normally they're stressed and on the wire, but then they reach the alcohol level and then they just kind of go into, hey, it's all good. I don't care. And so, but to know this, it's like, well, I know when I do this, this is going to bring out, the instigator, the agitator, the shit talker. Yeah, let me drink. And that's because that's why I don't drink. I don't drink because if I get around the wrong, I don't mix well with some people with alcohol. Some people I
right.
can. Some people I can sit there and I can get drunk and pass out and have a good old time. But it isn't going to take much because I can be a volatile drunk. That's why I don't drink because I'm aware of
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I feel you. Same way with me. I also turn into the social butterfly, and I'm floating around the room. I think I'm making friends, and they're probably looking at me like this stupid drunk. You know. Yeah, yeah. I and Joel likes to. He says he likes to make people think, and that's why he makes these rude and disrespectful
Derogatory.
comments.
Yeah, because we all know that definitely rude, derogatory comments make people stop and go,
Yeah.
morning, morning, Huckbird, Blackbird.
Blackbird. A lot of people in your chat were there during this. Uh,
Got a little bit of lag. Just
did, it's Aurora Borealis. Did you get
hold
the
on.
light?
I hope he catches that. His internet's running faster. We got to feed them gerbils better. They're not running fast enough. There he is. Now it kind of smooth. It's like it comes. There's like a little buffer, so it could be some noise in the line, and it all of a sudden creates a stutter. So you said I heard the Borealis. So how did that go last night? Did y'all get the good little light show?
I got to, yeah, I got to see some last night. Very first.
Damn, he's actually talking perfectly clear. We could hear him, and all of a sudden it went away. Damn, Ohio needs to get their internet shit in order. Dag nabbit. All righty, here we are. Bam.
Back. Okay.
And it was funny too because you started talking and it actually started to come out smooth and everything, and then all of a sudden, and it was like, well, shit, it starts to work again.
I'm sorry. Yeah. So I was questioning if y'all see some reality.
Nope, there's a lag. Hang tight. Hey, Grumpy, Silver Girl. Canadian according to a Livingston man, Ohio doesn't really exist. Well, they captured Shad. It's actually, you know, that pose that he's in right there is a very deep thinking. That's a mad Shad pose right there. That was that contemplating.
Yeah.
Oh, damn, that even sounded like a little Connery in that. Yeah.
You're small, pretty.
Mrs. Peabody. Yes.
So y'all didn't get to see any lights in Texas?
Man, I didn't even go look. I didn't even give a shit.
Really?
The world ended by the time when it was dark. I was like, I was so wore out, dude. And today we're doing another day, so that's why I hadn't even been aware of anything here. I'll show you this. What's been kind of rather active, I gotta say. Yesterday was rather son. All I can say is I'm glad that young dude that we had over here digging them holes to do the concrete and poles and shit. I'm money well vested.
Yeah. Right on.
Dude, there's no way I could have done that. I mean, that's what I told him. I said, thank you so very much for doing all this. There's no way. Let's see. So you can see back here the fence post. So we got all this cleared off. And this is what that corner looks. So all this pile is what came all from back there. So all that got cleaned up and then got the string line put in. Holes are dug. Got the fence post in. Got these little braces done. All that shit cut out. So that's what the past 2 days, that whole line up right there, putting the fence in. So, yeah, it's been some crazy couple of days.
Getting a lot of work done, man. Awesome.
Trying to. Oh,
very good.
So Grumpy Rescue, please remind people in East Kansas and West Missouri that Midwest Preparedness is today at Clinton Lake, Kansas. Ooh. So if you guys, anybody around East Kansas or West Missouri, the Midwest Preparedness starts today, or it is today. It might have started yesterday, and make a day trip of it. Go down and get some knowledge. You can get some supplies. Maybe do a little trading or something.
Office done. And
it broke up a little bit. A fence for what? A fence to keep these flipping dogs and shit out of my yard, and that way we can start working on doing the garden. Let the chickens out running around.
Nice.
Unfortunately, after 40 years, it's kind of like with the cameras. When I first put the cameras up, I kind of bitched for about the first year of putting those cameras up, because just the fact that I had to put the cameras up. And I kind of walked around here all the time and bitched about everybody that was within ear range around here for about the first year. Because it was kind of like, been here for decades and never had to do no damn cameras. Now all of a sudden, shitheads move up in the area and you got to start putting cameras on your house so you can keep a track of your shit. Well,
Mm.
now that's kind of my latest gripe now. It's because you got people that can't even respect other people's shit. And so now you got to put a fence up just to go, yo, dude, stay the hell out of my shit. And it just blows my mind.
Yeah.
You got dogs running loose, tell something to the person, and they go, well, what? We're in the country. You just let the dogs, run and they enjoy it. It's like, yo, dude, that's like me saying, hey, I'm in the country. I have kids. Let me just come over there and they can trash your house. They're just kids having a good time. Who the hell thinks like that? Cracks me. It just boof.
Yeah. I do like that too. A wandering dog gets shot at.
Yep. Ooh, look at that coffee. The coffee. That's why I love my small town. Well, I got to say though, Scat Pack, I mean, yeah, I guess you could say the town that my mailing address is under has a few thousand people in it. But to be quite honest, the area that I actually live in, there's only a couple of hundred people here. So, I mean, but the problem is that we have what I see, and you know what? Call me a dick. I don't care. The problem is that when we had these floods and problems down there in Houston and down that southern city part where all those metropolitan people that live in the concrete jungle, all of a sudden they come up here amongst the trees and they go, whoa, wait a minute, where's all the curbs? Where's the drainage? Where's the street lights? Where's the garbage service? I want to call the water? No. This isn't where you come up here to just pick up the phone and gripe at people. This is where you come up to do shit for yourself.
Right.
You want babysitters, you need to take your ass back on down to the concrete jungle.
This is where you get away from that.
Yeah.
I very much so, man. I thought about I have the ability now, I can just buy some property. I just want to buy some property just to get away from this city, dude. I hate it. I hate it.
Or where are you looking at going? Are you looking at leaving Ohio to going somewhere, or?
Well, no. I mean, I've been looking at Mossy Oak Estates, Mossy Oak Realty. There's just land out there for like hunting and. Oh yeah, look at that. Let's go.
Ooh, got my Tom Cruise move going on.
That's right. Oh, Cafe Bustelo.
I know, man. That's that liquid gold right there.
And I like to top it off with this. Just a couple scoops of chocolate.
Make you a little mocha cocoa.
It's like liquid crack. Okay.
Right, Grumpy's like about 100 people within a 4-mile radius of us. Still too crowded. Yep. See, I got probably about 150 people. Well, no, probably about 250 people within about a 15-mile radius. 12, 15-mile radius, about 250 people, 200 people.
Yeah.
So, but the problem is that populace, and that's what kind of got me thinking about some of the country and the shifting of things. It's like here, it wasn't any intentional per se, but I think what happened is you had the older bunches that wanted to come up and get a place, get out away from the city. There used to be that mentality of, man, let's go on vacation. Let's go camping this weekend. Let's get away from the city. Let's get away from the noise. Yeah. Take a break. And so people think like that. Well, back in the day, that's when a lot of people came up here. This was kind of like the weekend place, or, hey, I'm going to retire up there, but this gets out of the city. But then you had the kids that grew up. And as the young bunch of them grew up, a lot of them got excited about other things that took them away from here. And then all of a sudden the parents and the older people died off, and the kids are like, man, I live in Idaho. I don't want nothing to do with that property. Yeah, just let's rent it out. Next thing you know, you got rent houses. Well, that's a shithole. And I'm not trying to knock nobody that rents, so I ain't attacking nobody, but most renters, at least around here, don't take care of anything. They're renters, so they just expect the landlords to tend to everything. And so they usually don't take care of the shit. So then that changes your populace. And then you have people that just sell shit off. Well, now you have cities that are flooding and icing over, and people are like, oh no. And they're running away from it, but yet they want to try to make this area like that area. And it's like, that's not how that works. That's not how any of this works.
I've heard of a lot of there's a study going on. They're always studying, right? But Starbucks is starting to get into the rural areas just because they're chasing their clientele. You know, there's a mass exodus out of these cities. And a lot of these companies, like Starbucks, are following them.
Yeah, we got one actually in the town that's about 20 miles north of what we would consider the big city. I mean, I think it's got a populace of like 7,500 people, but hey, you know. Yeah, I was actually floored a few years back. Got a Starbucks, and I'm like, really? So you think people around here make the wages that you're going to be able to throw down some $10 cup of coffee? That shit, and it's kind of doesn't stay as busy as you would down there towards the city.
But yeah, I mean, I seen the same, and what that does is, you know, I really don't like Starbucks anyway. But you know, I make my own coffee. But what it does is, I seen it with Dunkin' Donuts. They start making these little franchises, and these people start owning them, and next thing you know, that franchise, that store goes to shit.
What's up, Monty? Song with Seth.
I've done a many a pest control in these franchises.
I wonder too if it also is like a way to kind of weasel your way in, because you know that company is, you know, on the left side, so you know that they are a propaganda style machine. I mean, because they're going to pitch that. And so it's kind of like, well, if you go in, you can start introducing some of this bullshit into the rural populace that normally wouldn't have thought two shits about that. But all of a sudden now they're going by to get that little liquid dessert, little flavored coffee. Oh yeah, we've heard about Starbucks. Ooh, this is kind of cool. And then all of a sudden you're hearing the rhetoric in your ear, and you're kind of get you thinking weird shit. Hey, morning, Kims.
Yeah. And it always starts with the young, the youth, the angst. You got this rebellious angst. You know. Instead of, you know, back in my day, it was punk rock. You know, everybody wanted to be a punk rocker. You know, get a mohawk and basically wait for the end of society.
Yeah, don't be like the norm, man. You don't need to follow the norm. I laughed actually after a while of that, because I go, do they realize that so many people joined up to that became a thing too? So it's like, you're really not being your own man. You're just following the same thing.
Yeah, and everybody becomes something. Right. That's exactly what's going on here. You know, but things get hijacked. It's peaceful out here.
Coffee. Hey, morning, Miss Sandy. Dusty. Hey, by the way, Dusty, man, them beehive things look cool as all get out. Have you seen Dusty Country Roads' beehives?
No, I haven't. Wow.
Oh, dude, they made them, instead of the beehives that stand up like this part, you know, like normal beehives you see them. Well, Big Dusty made them where they're like this. So then all they got to do is raise the lid and take them out. So they don't have to do all that.
Laid them down.
And they look pretty cool.
Nice. What's up, Dusty? How you doing? No, I haven't checked out. I don't have a lot of time on my hands. I try to just kind of float around, do what I can, watch what I can, and then, you know, I got to move on. So I do apologize.
Oh, that's I catch, man. I hardly ever get any notices. What I've gotten, I try to remember to go, and what I do is on the computer when I pull it up, I go to like people that I'm sub to, and it'll have a little blue dot next to their name if they've done anything. It's not 100% accurate because I will say I've all of a sudden seen a blue dot, went to somebody's channel. Matter of fact, the thing that happened with Dusty and them the other day, I went and I saw this little deal where he's making them. I was like, oh, wow, that's cool. And when I commented, all of a sudden then it shows that, oh, no, that was like 4 days ago. And it was like, so shit just, because, it's software. So not only do we have the whole nefarious election thing that's going down this year, so they're going to play around intentionally with the algorithm, but we have software. So with software, you always have constant meddling with software because there's always been reported errors. So they're always tweaking software. Well, you add that with the whole nefarious intention, everything just stays screwed up. I think that's why one stream shit works and you go to another stream, it's like, well, damn, now that ain't working. It's like, yep, that's.
Yeah.
Mama Red, how are you, ma'am? Good to see you.
All right, Jared.
Yeah, coffee, the big solar flare is supposed to hit today. I think there's supposed to be what, like 4 or something total, or I don't know. It's happened before.
The hits just keep coming. All right.
I really, I think that there was such a shift in the way things used to just kind of go down that it's literally caused a lot of thinking to then be offset, because it's like from politics to like the House rules and the way that handles. Well, Nancy Pelosi totally flipped all that shit upside down whenever she became the speaker. So that all changed the whole dynamics. And then you got just little things, the wrecks that we have, the deaths. Look what they did with COVID. All of a sudden, hell, it didn't make a shit if you were on a motorcycle and got ran over. It was COVID.
Yeah.
No flu. There was no more flus or cancers or drunk driver deaths or overdoses, or all that went away. Everything was just COVID. Everybody died from COVID. And then you turn around and it's like, if you have the boat wreck that hits a bridge, well, see, that's got to be the bad. We never had no wrecks before. And it's just like, we forgot that, no, there was a lot of this shit that used to go down. It's like the flares. They've always going down, comets going by. We've been documenting those for hundreds of years.
Thousands of years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really think that there seems to be a moment like we forgot that we used to be thinking, man, that's the biggest thing. I think that up until probably the past 40 years, everybody thought of ways to do things, you always improved, and your imagination was running amok, and you were encouraged to do that. Think outside the box, let your imagination take. What can you really do? I mean, hell, dude, as kids, we were given fucking erector sets and laboratory kits. Think about that shit. So as kids, we were given actually literally science kits that we could literally practice at home. Well, mixing this and this, we could do erector sets. We were encouraged to be engineers and build shit, discover stuff. And then it went away. Now they just give them this and say, here, play this cash app. Play solitaire cash. Make money. What? These ads crack me up, dude. And it's funny, too, because a lot of these stupid ads I see are actually on Pluto TV, the free side. And I'm watching Westerns. So I'm literally like watching Rawhide or Wanted Dead or Alive. And all of a sudden I'm watching some current 2024 chick sitting in a car going, oh, no, I need gas and I don't get paid till next week. What should I do? I just came from the nail shop. And then the little phone app goes, hey, go here and get a loan. And I'm like, why am I seeing this on a Western channel? But it's a mental screwing, man.
We have definitely shifted in our priorities now. Definitely. Jack, how you doing?
Hey, did that weather hit y'all pretty hard?
We got some rain. We got a lot of rain. That's about it. Down south, they had a lot of tornadoes.
Okay. I was wondering how bad it hit up there. I
Yeah,
know.
up here, we did fine. We got a lot of rain, and then it was away. But down south down South Ohio got, I don't know, like 20 tornadoes.
I find it ironic Congress is bitching about unessential civilian casualty in Gaza, funding the United States of America vaporized 2 million civilians in. Yeah, but I will say Song of the South. I mean, just there was a different messaging in a way. I mean, this is going to sound probably crude, so, but it is what it is. But it's kind of like you picked a fight and we said, holy shit, we already got this one going down. We don't really have time for your shit. So, and it was like the major boom. Now, do you really want more? And they were like, okay, no, we got it. Where with this right here, see, this is a tit for tat kind of shit. And we've let the political rhetoric make this big polluted gray area. Because in all honesty, I mean, this is probably who knows. Palestine, dude, you voted your shit in, so you get the regime you voted for. You wanted a terrorist organization to control your shit. You got it. They did. It hasn't worked out, and now here's the consequences. So that whole innocent civilians, you know what? If Abbott decided to go batshit crazy and make Texas some kind of terrorist state amongst the United States, I don't think I can play the victim card when people want to kick people in Texas's ass after we've been provoking so many fights across the country and we've declared ourselves to be a terrorist thing against everybody else. When you come and kick somebody's ass, you kind of lose all that, in my opinion. So to me,
Right.
that whole Palestine thing, dude, you voted a terrorist organization in. So if they come and make your whole parking lot a glass obstacle, then it is what it is. Might not have wanted to vote for the terrorist organization.
Yeah, you got a point there. I mean, and most organizations, Tango or terrorist organizations, they just want to do something, But the especially the Middle East, the extreme radicals, they want world domination. They want everybody like them. They want to reset the clock 800 years for everything, for everyone. That's they make no bones about it. They tell you, we want world domination, and they're trying to get it.
I know it's funny because it actually, damn near calls for that, but nobody ever references the actual rhetoric in their stuff that says that. They just keep making it sound like, oh no, they just want to get along. It's like, you do understand. It's kind of like what they do with the Second Amendment. They always, nobody ever brings up the tyrannical rule part. This is the reason, because you're going to need it for the tyrannical, no, it's deer hunting. No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's a tyrannical administration. No, it's hunting and putting meat on the table. No.
Right. It's straight up tyrannical, a tyrannical regime or a tyrannical society, crime. I mean, that's part of tyranny as well. Someone sticking a gun in my face saying, "Hey, give me your stuff." No. I mean, it's at some point you just go, "Hey, you've just forfeited your life making your decision against me." It's regardless of who they are, what they are, be it a wayward, corrupt government or a criminal element. A lot of criminal elements become governments.
Well, and there's a merging of the lines too. It's like, okay, we have a crooked, corrupt administration, hands down, get it.
Yep.
But the big difference between like the American administration and the Palestine administration is like when Biden and Harris were out here doing their shit talking and they were stealing an election, They didn't do that under the guise of, oh, no, by the way, we're terrorists and want to eradicate that whole race of people over there. Nah, they didn't promote that. Hamas, that's their whole creation is to be that way. So if we decided that, hey, wow, here's RFK Jr. and he's going to just start commencing dropping bombs all across the world, and man, he's fixing to wreak havoc. And you know what? If 100 million Americans said, hell yeah, let's do that, then you really don't get much say when the other countries go, yo, what the hell you think you're doing, and proceed to bitch slap you back into the past. You kind of picked your bed, you got to lay in it.
Right.
Well, they didn't vote for like, hey, this is a political administration and we want to enter into the World Forum. They said, hey, you're a known terrorist organization in the Middle East, and we want you to come be our government, and you can make us stronger and we can fight, the Israels. And okay, well, you got it. Only I laugh in my redneck way. People hit people, and somehow they complain when they get smacked harder back, going, I didn't hit you that hard. And it's like, it doesn't work that way. You make a decision, you reap the rewards. Well, you elected a terrorist organization in, you get your ass smacked down because you went over and committed a mass genocide on the 7th. It is what it is, because you can justify that however you want. Those people were just partying. I don't care who they were. You're going to intentionally go attack unarmed civilians doing whatever in a party atmosphere. You're genocide. And that's so
Right.
and, yeah.
And that's a part of the problem too. Is we've gotten to this point where, Sun Tzu said it best. Keep the politics out of war. Let the generals go to war. Let them figure it out and get it done. When politics gets involved, it just drags it out. They just start dragging out the war for whatever reason.
Well, that's the moneymaker.
Yeah.
See, before we put money above people, we used to have a conflict, and we looked at loss of life, and we said, oh man, we need to figure out a different way. We don't want loss of life. We tried to protect the loss of life. And then at one point we put money above people. And then when we did, now we don't really care so much about the loss of life. We just need to know, can we produce more and make more money? And so now we have conflicts that really don't have solutions, but they perpetuate the problem, which makes it more profitable. It's kind of like medicine. They don't want to cure you. They just want to treat you, because treating you is a repetitive money source. Curing you is a one-time deal.
Right. Yep. And everybody, I don't know how many people, I distrust doctors wholeheartedly. You tell me something's wrong with me, and I need to take this treatment. I need to take this drug. I'm like, no, I'm fine, actually. That's not the problem. The problem is I smoke too much, or I eat too much pizza, or I set down more. I'm not being active or something, or whatever. It's oh, you just need to take a pill. And like, no, I need to change my lifestyle. That's what I need to do. Thanks for letting me know.
Yeah, they don't ever talk to you like, well, what kind of activities do you do during the day? When do you get up? What do you eat? What's your eat schedule? They don't try to find out any details about you. They just go, so what, it hurts right in there? Okay, that's probably this. Here, take that. It's like, wait, what? And it's a pill that's the size of your flipping pinky. And it's like, and so you think about that and you go, wait a minute. So the drug that you're actually wanting me to take for my problem is probably a drop, like a raindrop size, but yet the pill's the size of my pinky. Oh, it's all that filler shit that's going to cause all them batshit crazy side effects, possibly. But
yeah.
I said it the other day too, in a conversation. If I ever did one of them little scratch off thingies and won like $500,000 type thing, I would really like to get a commercial made and just run it on prime time on all three major networks: ABC, CBS, NBC. Primetime TV, small commercial, just to make people aware that our food in our stores contain ingredients that 160 plus countries won't even allow in theirs, and that our pharmaceuticals put medicines and shit on advertisements that 160 plus countries won't allow in their countries. Doesn't that make you think things through? Why are we? 2 countries show all the fucking medical shit that we show. Only 2, us and UK, Europe. Other countries don't allow that shit. Go figure. Make people aware. I was shocked as a young military wife and a civilian employee for military when we went overseas in the class. At least was on. But turn 65 soon. These prescription companies are going to berserk because they can't push a pill down my throat. I don't. Right, Kim's? It's almost like you're at this age. You're supposed to take this. This is what's supposed to happen. It's like, what? Who makes this shit up? We lost him again for a minute. Hopefully he's going to make it back. Monty said he wins the Texas lottery. He's going to move to Texas. The side effects are the worst than the problem, right, Sandy? A lot of them, they are. There he is. I knew it'd only take him a minute.
Sorry, I was walking, Charity, and had to walk through the concrete jungle to get back to my apartment. So I do apologize.
Yeah, no worries. How is Charity doing?
Here she is.
There she is.
She is like, hey, give me my treat. We went for a walk. I was a good girl. I did all the things. So,
yeah, we made the rounds, Dad. Where's the grub?
Oh, good snatch. All right. Now I can sit and enjoy some coffee. Talk to you.
Oh, G-Mo, morning, G-Mo Nana, by the way. She said she saw the video of training with guns. Oh, well, hell, you got over there in Russia. In Russia, they got kids in what we would call elementary that learn to break down.
Right.
AK.
Yeah. And I remember that in high school. I shot 22 in the back of the school, for a hunter safety course.
See, but that's what I was talking about earlier. See, we used to do some things that really, but people have gotten so disconnected that it's like, oh, but it's like we used to do that. It's like down here, man, I'm telling you, I can remember plenty of days like during deer season. Oh no, man, the minute that bell went off in that thing, everybody was hauling ass out to their trucks because you fixing to leave there and you ain't even going home. You going out to the deer camp. So everybody had their damn 243s, 30-06, everything else is right there in the back when you had your shotgun. Almost everybody run around here with a shotgun.
Yep.
You had shit in the back windows in the truck. Hell, that even used to be a thing. Almost everybody down here, you go in and got a truck, first thing you'd want to do is go buy them stupid little black racks that go in the back window. And just, yeah, buddy.
Get you a gun rack. Yep.
All of a sudden now it's like, man, I can't believe that country. And it's like, we used to do that. We used to teach our kids shit.
I love history, man, and we were talk about some dangerous freedom. So I went south last weekend or a couple weekends ago for the Vision Preparedness Bug Out Weekend. It's near Dayton, Ohio, in a state park, Possum Creek, but it's all nice and pristine, and there's trails, there's lakes that you can fish, and it's well maintained. They give you firewood. They have privies everywhere. Well, back in the day, 1927, which they have a lot of historical stuff there, it was just biker trails. These folks got out there in the middle of the wilderness, running their bikes through the woods, messing them, getting in wrecks. They built they took stone and built bridges and stuff like that, just so they could ride their motorcycles. Yeah.
Oh, G Monana said no, it wasn't Russia. It was over somewhere in the sandbox. I can believe it. Well, actually, I would expect it over there, to be honest, with the lifestyle that they live in their day to day life. Yeah, I would expect it.
They do some wild shit, man. There's this thing that you look it up, the dancing shotguns. It's very big in the Middle East. They do tricks with shotguns and shoot them while they twirl them. It's insane.
Man, I saw a dude the other day on some little video shoot himself in the hand. I don't know what the point of their little meeting was, but it shows them sitting down, and they're all sitting on the floor, and the women are right there, and he pulls out this gun and he's showing it off like this, and then he's like, and he fires it up, and of course I guess that must have been his wife or somebody next to him slaps him, and he's like, he laughs, and then this dude literally puts it in his hand, and then pulls a trigger, and it just literally goes boom, and he's like, oh, and it's like, what do you think was going to happen, dude? He just pointed it at your hand. He does too. He points it right in there and then just pulls the trigger like nothing's going to happen. It's like, you're not catching the bullet, dude. I don't know what movie you saw, but that shit don't wait for real.
I think drinking was involved. Definitely. Right. They like to do that. Shoot their guns off in celebration.
Oh, dude, it was funny too because he does that, and of course, then he's like, and he's looking at his hand, and then this bigger dude comes into the camera. He must have been sitting off the camera over here. He walks over, dude. He slaps him upside the head and grabs the gun and takes it off. I'm like, that's one way to react. I guess you're in a room full of people. Let's fire it off. You just gonna slap him. Yeah, give me that. And it's like, I guess it's okay if anybody else got tagged.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. I guess it's not a party unless somebody gets shot.
Yeah. Bubba gun safety, right?
But that's some dangerous freedom. Idiots are gonna take advantage.
Okay, you done said dangerous freedom twice, so that does call for this moment. So I'm just saying. That's it.
It's a run, a skull.
Skull. Dangerous freedom.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
I hear that, and I just gotta throw that out there. Good old Ron.
I remember those days. As a kid working the hunting clubs, you would get idiots that come out there and just, as we're all standing around and having a little safety briefing, this guy just pulls a shotgun out and just bang. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? We're talking here. It's a meeting. You're not shooting anything. And everybody's just like, okay, whatever. Yeah, he's the idiot. Or you're using your shotgun as a prop, and then all of a sudden it goes off, and you've got a shotgun full of dirt.
Well, I've actually seen some where I guess people, because they don't ever really highlight on it, it just seems to me like apparently people have seen movies with like AKs or M60s and shit like that, and so they think they know. And dude, it's so funny because you watch some of them people and you can tell that they're not gripping that front. They're just resting it, because the minute they do that and they start doing this, it goes da, 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 and it's like, what are you doing? You didn't know that this was going to have some recoil to it. It's going to climb.
Right. What about some recoil control? Right.
Up. It gets matter of fact, there was a damn shooting range, indoor shooting range. The dude shot himself. And I thought, holy crap, dude, because it went through him, but it's a concrete, and it's an indoor range. So, I mean, you got like the walls right there, and you're walking up to your station right here, and he's standing there. Well, it jams and he does this and then he churns it and is like this with his thumb in the trigger guard. And so then it's like this and it's like right, bam, and it goes right through his arm. And I'm thinking, dude, them other people right there in the other stall are just lucky it didn't ricochet.
Right. Right. And I have I love old to Vietnam videos. I love that. And this was just for the time when we were not really, we were actually the experts of the world when it came to guns. And there were the hip
It's pinging out. No, you're breaking up now. Wonder would it help if I do mine?
The same. Well,
I don't know if that helped the data or not.
It helps.
Oh, that's okay. He'll be back. Yeah, it's getting real quiet. There you go. I figured that's what was fixing to happen. He'll be back. And yeah, Song of the South. I was going to school with the guns. Hell, dude, I remember you could take hunting class. So, I mean, like you could be in junior high and go take hunting class and learn about the 243, learn about a 30-06, learn about the 30-30, learn about placement of your shots. It was actually encouraged. You could learn how to make rabbit traps and all kinds of shit, fox traps. And see, I think there was a time when we weren't scared of getting hurt. We were into the discovery mode, so we weren't scared of getting hurt. So by God, if you're climbing, you fall. Okay. And then somewhere we went into this ass kissing mode to where we got excuses for everything. We have to sugarcoat things, and that's what. Look at the other countries. Look how many weird shit you see out of India and shit, and you're like, man, I can't believe them fucking people are driving on a road like that. I can't believe they just did that. That's because they're still in the I don't give a shit stage. We used to be that way as we were building our country. We just built so much that all of a sudden the lazy boy was more comfortable than the Caterpillar dozer.
Yes, this week
We go.
beast. Nice take.
Had to rub that in. What's up, Pilgrim? Hey, Kim's already. Yeah, I'm good for about another hour.
Boom.
Nope, dang. Okay, when he comes back the next time, see, I'm not going to say nothing. And now we can just get us some mad shad insight. So what is Monty leaving? Have a good day, y'all. Much. All right, Monty. Well, he probably didn't hear me now, but hopefully he makes it a good day. There he is.
Yeah.
He's back.
Yes, I'm back. How's Milkmaid say it? The shitternet.
Right. I figured that's why I wondered if y'all got some damage up there and stuff. Uh-oh.
I don't.
Dang robot. He figures because he's got the day off. So he was hanging out. That's why I thought, hey, it'd be a good time now to sit here and talk with Shad. And now the shitternet says, Right, coffee. Very thoughtful. He He was solving a problem, it looked like just then. Uh-oh, now we got the Professor Shad. Look, that's the Professor Shad. He's got the hands crossed. Oh. Right, Pilgrim? They do, don't they? Them bee boxes look great. That's cool, isn't it? Poor old Shad. But ding.
All right. Am I live? Okay. Yeah, you got a point, man. We wasn't worried about, bodily injury.
Dude, remember the BMX shit? You'd go to like a BMX motocross show, dude. They'd be trying all kinds of batshit. We had Evil Knievel. How many kids are there? Evil Knievel.
Yeah.
Can't have it now.
Put a scars is because I try to jump everything. Work out well sometimes. Sorry.
Song of the South
Cool.
says you're being spanked by you turd. You turds.
You heard
mad
that.
shit. Hey, does Joel work for YouTube?
Oh, yeah.
I'm just thinking,
Yeah.
it's funny. Yeah, it's funny. What's up, John? I hope everyone is having an awesome start to their day. Hey, if you woke up, your eyes opened up, you took a deep breath, you're here for another round for right now, you get the chance to make it a good day. Alrighty.
Okay, here I am again for the 20th time.
Right.
Yeah, does Joel work for YouTube? You say that, and interesting enough, for the last time I never had trolls. It's been a while since I had trolls. And when we did, like, there was we had trolls come in. But
See? But look at that pose, though. I got to say, that's some awesome pose right there. Is that not a Mad Shad pose right there? Like, I'm thinking the world's problems through right now. You know that's what that look. There he is. Oh. That was a good one too, buddy. That was all you needed was the index finger to go up and be like, Yeah, the shitter net's hitting him hard, Pilgrim. The shitter net's hitting poor old Mad Shad pretty hard. Poor old John. There he is. Oh, hell. Look, I added him, and now they don't even let that there of the video. Bam. We got some index finger going on with the temple. That is deep thought connection right there. Hey, have you ever noticed that? It just dawned on me. I think Spock was onto something, dude. You ever realize that the whole little mind meld thing that he would do to people, but it's actually the thinking thing. But yet that was supposed to be the mind meld. But yet you would put your index finger to your temple to be thinking. But somehow, See, that's part of that alien technology we've been using. Nanu nanu. Later, Solon South. Make it a good day, buddy.
Take care, son.
By the way, John, I'm not trying to butt into your business or anything because, hey, do you boo? But I gotta say, buddy, you know, while you're dealing with some other life's problems, sniffing zombie nuts, just to know what that smells like is kind of concerning. So you might want to, I don't know, step away from the balls, John. Step away from the balls. That's all I'm saying. That's all. Just a recommendation. So I just, and I'm telling you, Irish Spring works great, John. Irish Spring works great. I can't verify if it washes the zombie smell off because I personally try to avoid smelling anybody's balls, much less zombie balls. But Rescue Bonesy keeps bugging Mad Shad for a massage and breakfast. What see? Did Bonesy ever come back, or is this basically? Oh, wait, is this Bonesy revenge? This might be Bonesy revenge. I'm just saying. Maybe it isn't Joel. Maybe it's Bonesy. Bonesy coming back for some payback. Well, but you could just stop smelling them too, John. So I mean, there's always that option. But I mean, if hey, who am I? You know, maybe that'll be the next balls will be the next thing. I give up. That Shad said, hey, you know what, Shad, though? We're wondering, is this a Bonesy revenge? Yeah, Bonesy 2, Revenge of the Bonesy. Maybe it isn't a Joel. Maybe it's a Bonesy. Instead of Revenge of the Nerds, it's Revenge of the Bonesy. What's up, Four Corners? Hey, Eric. What's up, buddy? I don't know if I said morning to you. I just realized. Yeah, it's a Saturday. Hopefully, everybody's kind of come through the right. Matt Shed, that's I'm just saying, Bonesy Revenge. It could be a possibility. Has everybody kind of heard from everybody as far as with the storm thing? I mean, like D-Dog been out and about and stuff, and because I think they did got Tennessee. Right, don't get teabagged. Saw both D-Dogs last night. Okay, cool. Because I was just, you wonder after that storm went through. We're supposed to get tomorrow, I think, is supposed to be some more rain. Oh, Blue, about that storm. It moved through parts of Tennessee and stuff. So I was just wondering how everybody from Tennessee was doing. How were fire help? Well, it makes everything ash. Yeah, but I think they're probably kind of stale too, anti. Stale tea bags. That's why I drink coffee. Does the tea boil by itself? If you leave it on the burner, it will. Although you can always stick your finger in it. I've heard if you stick your finger in the pot of water with the burner on, it helps increase the boiling. So you could try that. Lots of rain. I think one near Nashville. A tornado. See, that's I knew that they had gotten hit because it kind of went. You know, it had that whole Texas, Missouri, Arkansas stretch up through there, but I didn't know if it kept going a little bit more north and got up into Ohio and tore it all up. You get extra. I'm in Eastern Tennessee and I'm okay. A lot of rain, a few power outages. Okay, Eric. Cool. You can do coffee without water. Yeah. It's not the same. It's just not the same. Some things, if it's not broke, don't fix it. And there's just something about hot water, coffee grounds, and a cup. It's simple. It's worked for thousands of years. Ain't no point in interrupting that. It's kind of like reinventing the wheel. There's no point. Blue said we lost power for 45 minutes. Yeah, see, and all them linemen that went out there to keep that shit going get no recognition. Crunch up. Oh, Lord have mercy. No. That'd be way beyond those days. What's up, Savage Lee? 20-second thumbs up. Woohoo. Love your 1911s. If you're in a hurry, freeze dried. Damn Four Corners. Hey, Cha Cha. Excuse me. Morning. Welcome. Back in the day, I never liked just the way it smelled. Yeah, but you know what, Eric? I don't think it liked you back. I don't think it was a, what do they call that? A reciprocating relationship. Oh, man. Today, hopefully going to get that fence up and that part tended to. Plead the fifth. Yeah, Four Corners nuts. I wasn't much of a cokehead. I did get in the high speed chicken feed though. That was my dragon to ride. Was the methamphetamine version. Plus, I also just for years before I even got into that, I was already behavior wise stupid. Just kind of thought it was the wild, wild west. Can't stay today. Got to work, getting ready, finished my chores, been at it since 4 a.m. Running. Had an unexpected lawn tree to cut down yesterday. Tired already. Right, Savage? I showed some pictures earlier. That's what we've been doing for the past couple of days is clearing out back here and got some fence post put in. That young guy was working his little ass off yesterday. But be safe, Savage. Keep your head on a swivel. Oh, let's see. I don't know if I really got into. I got something back here I can kind of, because I need just a moment, and I shall return. Hey, we'll do a little medicating the mind action. So y'all bear with me. Give me 2 minutes, and I'll be right back with you.
2, 3. Give me just a minute. No need to be unkind. Even I got a limit. One problem at a time. Yeah, these hills are getting high. The way I'm going, but my wheels are all in line. Yeah, got to keep on rolling. I'm a darkness reaching for daylight. I'm a spring that needs to unwind. I'm a wreck, but everything's alright. Just as long as I can medicate my mind. Medicate my mind. Everybody in a hurry, heading down their own track. Ain't gonna worry, let it roll right off of my back. I'm a stranger to this world, but I keep on growing. Life will try to put you out, yes it will, but I keep on glowing. Yes I am. I'm the darkness reaching for daylight. I'm a spring that needs to unwind. I'm a wreck, but everything's alright. Just as long as I medicate my mind.
Cool deal. Hey, welcome, Unknown. The Unknown Knows by, what is it? Void. And let's see what Cha-Cha headed out. It was good of them to stop by. By the way, who was it? Oh, Blue, what do you, so you said the vote is tomorrow. What do y'all got? Y'all got a state vote going on? I will say it made me think of something, because in 2020, towards the end of May, was the whole George Floyd riots, when that perpetuated through the election. Well, it dawned on me that down here, so everybody knows about the border problem in Texas. So we got the border issue in Texas. Well, the district in Texas that has that stretch of the border where Uvalde, Eagle Pass, all the shit is going down. Well, in that district, there's a runoff race coming. So there's a guy named Brandon Herrera who is into gun manufacturing and stuff. So he got to looking into the Republican representative for that area, and he noticed that the voting record was all Democrat. So he decided to run against him and challenge him, and he got enough votes that it caused a runoff between him and that guy. Well, that happens, I want to say, on May 27th. And so it's kind of like, oh, I see. So yeah, it kind of makes you wonder about, well, down here with so much border shit going on, and it's like, wait a minute, the runoff is in 27, on the 27th thereabout. Oh yeah, maybe if you create some shit, that's, I don't know. Just kind of weird. When are we going to flea market? I don't know. Are y'all going today? Rhinos are our worst enemy. Yeah, they really are, because they've muddied the waters. So not good. Not good. Hey, morning, Nunya. How's the weather treating you up there? I don't know. Just kind of got me thinking, because I think there's been intent to keep people scattered because of local elections and shit like that. They don't want you to pay attention to the school boards, or we voted to go tomorrow. Right, Canadian. Got to pay attention to who's running. See, but that's what gets me whenever you get the whole, you can't, it's already pre-chosen. It's that there's no point. And I guess I just don't understand how it gets there. I mean, in your area, it's kind of like your yard. If your yard is cluttered up, that's your yard. You tend to it. Well, if in your area, your community, your district got a crooked guy in him, then you're supposed to go and get rid of them, not just be complacent with it. And it's almost like you get mentally told that there's nothing you can do. You just need to sit down and take it. Might as well just go with it. Nothing you can do. There's no choice. And it's kind of like, man, I don't know. I can't, I don't know. It's just hard for me to swallow that pill, that it's like, there's nothing you can do. You're nothing, really? Yeah, Mad Shad, the AK-50. 2 turns for everyone. Yeah, it should be. Hey, morning, Kiss Off. Tree fitty, tree fitty. And let's see. Once they get to Washington, they become corrupted. Well, it is though. And let's see. I had a good example of that. Because it happens in jobs, and I brought this up before. So anybody that's worked in like a big business, a big company, you can watch like a floor hand or a deck hand or something. He gets promoted up to a supervisor. There's a little bit of a change, but then all of a sudden he becomes like a regional or an area manager, or he goes up into the management level. It then changes him. And it's because it's the shit that they're putting into their head. They've stepped from hands-on work into just coordinating the hands-on work, and then you go up into the management level. Look at the military. You have NCOs that are one way, and then the minute you put some shit on your collar, all of a sudden your thinking is different. And it's because the shit that you're now taking in is different. Down here, we were teaching you doing grunt shit. So we stayed in the grunt world. Now you got up here, we're above the grunt world. So when you take politicians, they're down here, they talk to people, they realize that people don't pay no attention. So we made a running joke that politicians shake hands and hug babies, and they lie out the side of their mouth. And, if a politician says it, then, it's a lie, ha, ha, ha. And we made jokes of all this. And then we just sat complacent. And then all of a sudden, they're making choices that we don't like. And we're acting like, oh, well, there's just nothing we can do. It's been all. No, it isn't. It's because we stopped paying attention. We even made fun of it. And we knew that they were doing it. And nobody ever did a damn thing about it. But nobody ever wants to just look in that mirror and go, damn, I did drop the ball, didn't I? It's not that. No, because see, accountability, it goes back to, and it's weird. That word starts with the letter A, which is the beginning of the alphabet. And oh my God, but does that mean some kind of woo? I don't know. I just know this shit's simple to me. It's like if you don't pay attention to what's going on, then all of a sudden you realize shit's screwed up. You don't just throw in the towel going, oh, well, then there's nothing I can do. All right, Eric, make a good day. I hope you get a lot of sales, brother. It's kind of like I bring up this, we talk about the drag queens and shit and the stuff going down in schools. They're attacking our kids. The education system's corrupt. But nobody brings up going down to the school board meeting and getting involved in the school board. Oh, because the minute you go for that solution side, you get shot down, you get shunned, you get pushed out. You just don't get it. You don't research enough. You just don't know. You're not. What? No. Come up with a solution. What's the solution? If you don't have a solution, if you're not looking for a solution, you really ain't got the problem. So, Blue Falcons. Yeah, bureaucrats. Well, we've let business take over corporations, because it made life easy. It's like, why write the letter? You don't have to write a letter. Handwriting a letter, look, you can just type it up. That's easier. Just type it up. It's cleaner. It's easier. Okay, cool. Well, okay, now, you don't really even have to type it. You can just speak it and it'll dictate it for you. Oh, okay. Then it's gotten to where, you ain't even got to say the whole word, just abbreviate it. They know what you mean. Oh, okay, yeah. And then now we can literally send, and I'm guilty of this, we send emojis instead of even saying things. So we slowly give up things, but I think when people are faced with that, it's easier to just blame something else than to kind of go, shit, man, I did that. They slipped that one right in on me. Because that's that ownership. And then that means you got to own up to your actions. You got to own up to your choices. You know, it just, I don't know. Weird shit, you know. Hey, Saturday shenanigans. What's up, Miss Angela? They're there for years. Oh yeah, the federal employees, dude. There's thousands upon thousands of people that we don't even know about because they just get appointed and put into places. It's like 1 million. There's like 1 million federal employees or some shit. And you figure there's a 1 million federal employees. And see, and it's like when they sit there and they do the government, look at people just lost touch with the tax dollars and that you're paying into this system. How come you're not saying anything? Instead, they just, oh, well, they take it. Well, yeah, you're paying in. So why not go ahead and say something? What's the point? So it's, man, I'm telling you, it's just so weird when I kind of run that shit in my head. It just doesn't, I don't know. Does not compute. Does not compute. I mean, I'm not saying that all the taxes, I know Grumpy will love this. I'm not saying taxes are legit or anything. I'm just saying, if you get mad about taxes, then why not at least exercise the rights it gives you by paying those taxes? That's the way I view it. You know, that's your righteous stand. Hey, man, you know what? I might not agree with your tax things, but I'm paying them. So by paying them, by God, I got to say. And that should be the approach. But I don't know. Oh boy, that just, sometimes I wonder when all this shit starts grinding and making noise and stuff if it comes through the mic. Some of those high federal officials are there for years. Oh yeah. Well, it's become their job, just like all the lobbyists that live there. Dude, when you look at Washington and all the people that live within Washington, and then it's like, but wait a minute, y'all are mainly lobbyists and shit for all these corporations and these outside parties, you know, kind of like the Soros funded type shits, you know. That's why I said, man, people have, you gotta fight back. It's the phone calls, it's the emails, it's a letter, it's going and knocking on that door, talking to that representative, because otherwise that's what they have up there. There are literally hired people to live there, raise their family there, and every day your day-to-day job is to go down there and beat on these representatives and senators' doors and push this agenda. Well, it's easy to just kind of sit going, oh, well, man, that should have been that dude right there. He should have stood up stronger for everything. Yeah. And let him face the onslaught. Or you can kind of jump on into that fight too and going, hey, you need to stand up to that, and I support you. Well, the more people that do that, it kind of gives them fuel. It's kind of like being the damn, I don't know, Shad could probably comment on something like that. Would you rather be the single soldier out there having to face the fucking horde over there? Or is it kind of nice to know that you're not the only son of a bitch on the firing line, that the horde's coming, but you kind of, there's you and there's some that you got some support behind you. It's kind of nicer to have the support. But if you have the enemy that's over here behind the scenes going, psh, sit down, that dude's crazy, man. You can't, he just wanted to, it's all the same. You're just going to get overtaken by the fucking horde is what's going to happen. Pardon my French, but, and I think that's what's going to happen. I think that's what they're working on. Try to keep people distracted. You're not interested. You don't need to pay attention to this. It's kind of like watch here in Texas. The closer it gets to that runoff down there, I think it's District 23 or something, 28, 23, 25, somewhere right in there, I think. There'll be an event. There's going to be something because you don't want people to show up and actually vote Brandon Herrera in, because then all of a sudden those seats, then there's a real Republican off in that vote. So that changes the dynamics of the voting, because they've been playing on this fake ass Republican dude to keep playing the Democratic narrative. Well, I mean, if you knew somebody was coming after you, wouldn't you try to defend yourself and put things in play to stop that or circumvent that? Well, it works both ways. We talk about prepping and defending and being prepared. Well, they plan on taking and everything. So they got plans too. And all these federal and state employees have pensions, vacation, medical, etc. Oh yeah. They're so disconnected with the real middle class America. You know, their shit. It's like, hell, I love the Obamacare thing, dude. That was so funny as shit. One, they make it a law, which that should have pissed everybody off. That it's like, wait a minute, you're making this a law that we have to buy this and you don't even furnish it? But then you would have thought that the kicker would have been but it doesn't apply to them. And it's like, wait, what? But no, see, this is what I'm saying. But when you go back, if you were to go back and you look at when that passed, then don't focus on Obamacare. Just get your dates now. Zoom out and go look at USA Today. Go look at the National Enquirer. Go look at like newspaper headlines and watch. And you'll see that there was all these little things to keep people from noticing those things. And to me, that's what you do. It's nice to know there is support, but the actions of one can motivate the others. Well, that's what it should be, Matt Shed. But see, that's why I think that the other side's actually making it a point to tell you that there's no point. It's all the same. Later, Blue. Stay safe. Keep your head on a swivel. Get you a nappy in, or else I might have bored her to death. I'm a parent. I can be a boring person. I found that out. Apparently I can be boring. Don't want to be boring. Put her to sleep. But I don't know, man. It's because you're not going to hear any media thing that they're doing. So anything that they are trying to, like when they stand up against shit, you don't ever hear. Matter of fact, you'll hear all this whole, like the Marjorie Taylor Greene thing when they attacked that chick. Every time she stood up against some of their shit, all the media did over here was tell you some kind of crazy shit that she had said or done or whatever, because they wanted to change the view of her. They don't want people to get motivated by her per se. I don't know. It's weird. The other issue is that when you start talking about it, they declare you are a person with unacceptable views. Yeah. Don't spit the coffee out on the keyboard. Then you're going to start short-circuiting the keyboard, typing all kinds of shit. And then you're going to be griping about how the laptop doesn't work anymore. And that's because, well, you spit coffee all down inside of it. It's not an underwater laptop. My chat ain't working. I'm not ignoring anyway. I think Coffee said earlier she was typing, but none of her text was showing up for her. It was for everybody else could see it, but not for her. So yeah, who knows what the hell's going on. Dude, I tell you, I know it's not going to fit, but the whole Google thing, they're so pissed off at ad blockers, man. They are just after ad blockers because that's their revenue. That's their money. So they want those ads, and they're really so hard. They got a hard on for ad blockers right now. So they're screwing with Google and Chrome and everything else to try to circumvent these ad blockers. They don't like them. And I think that's personally on my take. I think that's what's causing a lot of this little chat shit and stuff right now. They have their regular nefarious shit and their regular screw up areas, but right now they picked a battle with ad blockers, and that's that's a hell of a battle right there. Right, Chad? They just want us to accept it. That's, this is for the betterment. This is for the better. This. I don't know. the solar stuff. I guess. I mean, most of the time, if your code is messed up on your device, you'll get an error as your operating system is trying to read that application's data to then run it and show you everything. So I would think if it's a solar thing, then it would be on a server related type thing. So then it would be affecting everybody. But I will say though, there is shit, and that's just part of the tech stuff I still get. And it's, I can tell you, Google is steadily hardcore at work going against fighting ad blockers, because ad blocking is like open source stuff. So you can create little add-ons for browsers, not to mention Google doesn't get to control all the browsers, and that pisses them off, which is actually kind of ironic, because way back in the day when Google used to just be a search engine, they used to bitch a lot about Microsoft because, ooh, Bing is being pre-installed. That's not fair. And yet then all of a sudden Google buys up all these other places and becomes some kind of internet tyrannical rule themselves. And now all of a sudden they're like, hey, we need to squash you like we were being squashed. We don't like this. And it's just kind of weird. Install uBlock Origin extension. Oh, I don't get no ads. So, I mean, it's like I get kind of I don't ever just say it in chats or nothing, but it's like all the streams that have ads and people will be talking about, oh man, I'm getting an ad. I don't get no ads. I can honestly say I haven't seen one ad on YouTube. Now, Pluto TV, I do. Little sons of guns. Okay. Imagine in 1970, you told your granddad, grandpa, they're creating a system where they can track you, what store you're in, what toilet paper you buy, and what friends you have, and everyone's going to sign it. Actually, they would have probably been totally shocked at the system that somebody would have had to think of to do that. So you could have actually probably done that, and see, they would have gone along with that. They'd have been like inventing, because in 72, see, we were still trying to think of better ways to do things. And so that would have fit right into inventory and shit. When tyranny becomes law, rebellion becomes duty. Well, we've also need to go back and learn that we have civic duties as an American citizen that we should have actually been participating in our whole lives, but we stopped because our hobbies and interests took over, until all of a sudden our sandbox is getting relocated and redesigned, and we're like, wait a minute, what's up? Kind of liked it the way it was. Well, you didn't really pay attention, but by the way, we're fixing to redo all this. And you're like, oh no, hold on. I think we were supposed to be more active in this cool freedom culture thing that we created. But, then again, you attack the word freedom, and all of a sudden there is no freedom. It's like you get people thinking that we're just as bad as India or Indonesia or Venezuela or Pakistan, and it's all the same. No, we are the greatest country on this chunk of dirt. So we are. Hell, we sit here and we get this opportunity to sit here on the internet drinking coffee in air-conditioned heated homes with people fixing power lines out there and stuff after a storm. And we'll go get in our cool car and we'll go down to one of the many thousands, millions of stores and availabilities across the area. Other countries don't have that. Shut it all down. I wish we would get a big old global EMP, as bad as that sounds, but somehow going with our knowledge, but going back to the dark ages kind of deal with all the power gone, got to do hands-on. It'll self-balance society. grandparents always told me never trust the government. Well, that's it. See, that's how I've said that numerous times too, man. I just grew up with simple politics. My parents said Republicans want a smaller government, Democrats want a bigger government. You don't ever want to trust nothing from the government. They don't ever have anything but the government's intentions at their heart. So, and it's like, there you go, man. I mean, I don't know. There's so much association to movies, but man, just look at just real life and businesses. You know, this company grows so big, all of a sudden it changed dynamics, makes into a corporation, franchises all out. Its dynamic changed. Well, our country, we were hardworking, we were inventive, imaginative, we were discovering things, we were always pushing the boundaries. And then we got so comfortable that we now have a generation and a half that have no concept of hard work and investing in themselves and building a life. And, you know, building your home, family is important, you know, find a partner, get married, have children, you know, prosper in your homestead. None of this is or messages are promoted anymore. You know, none of that. What they refer to as the nuclear family is not even promoted in any show, advertisement, you know, nothing in the media, nothing promotes that nuclear family. Hey, Mrs. Meadow, morning. And so and that's why I don't know. Sometimes I like this. The past couple of days kind of been zoned out because been working, cleaning this stuff out and kind of getting for this fence deal. Let me scroll up and see what I know. The very wealthy and the very powerful are well aware of the fragility of our aging grid and have been prepared. I guess unknown. I mean, I've worked in the grid, so I guess I'm part of that evil force, but there are so much that the one hand doesn't even really know what the other hand's doing. But I understand. It's just like where I live as a co-op. It's not part of this whole, you can sign up and pick your electric vendor, and areas are different. So I think people give those elected people like Pelosi and Schumer and McConnell and Hill Crenshaw, all those people, they give those elected people way too much credit. Like they're just like dialed in. They've so lost touch with middle class America. That's why I think there's so much chaos. It's not that. I think they try to create the turmoil, but they don't even know Bezos has a bunker. Well, yeah, shit, man. You know how many people got bunkers? You know how many lottery ticket winners down here built places and went and bought property just as because that's been the thing ever since they came out with the apocalyptic type shit in movies. I mean, so ever since the Ruskies were coming, it was all about bunkers. Bunkers ain't nothing new. So that's like all, and you know, people get blown away by all these bunkers and stuff. It's no different than when the new Tesla got designed, people ran out and bought one. You know, people chase that. And then you figure you take in and throw the fact that we're in a corporate kind of mentality nowadays. So the minute you see that this whole apocalyptic type thing is a moneymaker, I mean, hell, people talk about the channels on YouTube that even grift with all this, buy this to save your shit. They do the same thing with these wealthy people in bunkers. The end is nigh. Don't you want to buy a bunker? I'll build it for you. And it's like, yep, making money, making money. There's always room for Jello, right? Here's the issue I feel in business. We expect companies to be self-interested, but in elected officials, we expect them to have our best interest, but they don't. They bought and have forgotten that. Yeah. But in a way, don't people do that with businesses too? I mean, look at how many people bitch about customer services at places, but yet that place is still in business, which means apparently, even though people aren't happy with the customer service, they'll still go purchase things there. So it's complacency. It's that, whatever. I don't want to have to deal with that. It's whatever. It's whatever. Until when you do that with politics, you're actually handing the keys over going, whatever. I ain't got time for that right there. Well, now here we are. We're faced with it. Inflation's up, borders wide ass open. We're getting involved in World War III, and it's like now people are like, and it's like this is when you're to pay attention. This is when now you go down and you dig into your local guy and you say, hey, you know what? This is bullshit, dude. We're putting a stop to it. Well, if people like me say that shit, there's going to be the people that they have to chime in to tell you that that's no good. Because that's the counter, the yin and the yang. Anybody that says, push the ball forward this way, there's always going to be somebody that says, there's no worry, no point. So you got to kind of I don't know, you got to pick which one. I'm just, like I said, for me, it's as simple as be a victim or a victor. I feel like I live in a free country that's being taken over by corrupt people. And if I just sit on my ass and don't say or do anything, then I don't really have no skin in the game. But as long as I got skin in the game, then I'll say something. I still just take care of mine, do what I can do. I don't really give a shit if there's aliens in Area 51, because if there is or isn't going to change my dynamic right here in my house and my family at all. If all of a sudden today they came out and showed, yes, here is all the little green men, we're still going to need to cook supper tonight. We're still going to need to take a bath tonight. We're still going to wash clothes. We're still going to get up in the morning. So nothing, that's what gets me about some of it. There's so much time invested in that but nobody even wants to invest in a fucking school board meeting. So I don't know. I get all kind of twisted that way because people bitch about taxes. And it's like, well, hell, the one thing that the taxes do is give you a voice in that local school board. So if we're going to bitch about the taxes and we're going to bitch about what they're attacking our children and they're going after our kids, then you would say that, well, hell, if I'm paying it, I'm at least going to then show up and go say something. And it's like, no. I'm just going to keep paying the taxes. I'm going to bitch about paying the taxes, and I'm going to bitch about these corrupt people, but I'm not going to go down there and say nothing. There's no whatever. Man, and then I'm just going to spend the rest of the day griping about it. And, it's not going to do a damn thing. And that's at what point? I don't know. I can say taking a break the past couple of days has really helped kind of put things back in light. Because I focused on the shit that's important. It's cutting the shit down. It's getting these holes dug. It's getting that stuff. And so that's the shit that affects my day-to-day life. It's like, no offense, that whole Borealis stuff that just went down and that's going to go down tonight. Can anybody do anything about it? Can we stop it? Is there some magical thing to do to stop it? Like if we gather together, 20 million people, is there something we can do that's not? No. So it's like, so do you think that maybe they intentionally promote those stories to then keep you involved in that story? Maybe they're doing that so that you're digging into that more, and then you don't notice that Bob the weirdo right here is actually fixing to be put onto the school board or as in a school administrator or something, It's, and I don't mean it in an insultive way. I think that life is, matter of fact, in this country is such a great a country that we've literally built our own shithole by becoming so complacent. I've been doing the same thing. Yeah, happy Mother's Day tomorrow for all you mothers. Hopefully y'all have a good day tomorrow. I don't know anyone who is still alive who ever attended a school board meeting. Well, hi, my name is Brian. Nickname is Rescue. Now you have unknown. Well, I don't know. It depends on what kind of mood she's in, Canadian. As long as she doesn't have a headache. Right, John? Hey, isn't there some representative or something, he was doing the whole Guam thing, it's tilting because too many people. So yeah, maybe if we all, what's that? We do the put your right foot in, take your right foot out. If we started doing that, maybe it would, hey, oh my goodness. You know what that would do though, John? We're going to then change the frequency of things. And then that could put everybody to sleep and change the whole universe. We could recreate the Big Bang. The hokey pokey. That's it. It'd be the hokey pokey, Mrs. Metal. And we shake it all about. And the next thing you know, we've changed the frequency of everything, and bam, we don't know. It might be as crazy as playing around with the CERN or something. It's like, hey, let's collide these things together and see what happens. I'm not sure. There you go. You know one. I'll contribute to the funding of water board equipment to board the school borders. There you go. If I disappear from chat, you'll know it was bad. Exactly, Shad. Exactly. Evil thrives when good men do nothing. And so you just don't let them feed you lines of shit that you can't do nothing. You can do stuff. Let's see, what are we at? We're at 7:30. So yeah. So, and I'll show this again just for the people that came in late and all that good stuff. And so this has been the project. And so this is what we've been working on, is this stuff. So we got this big old pile now, and we got all that cleaned up. We got some fence posts put in and anchored and cemented in. We got this set put in, and now there's actually T-posts where the string line is right there. And which you can't really see the string line. I wonder if I do this. There you go. Now you can see the string line. So we've been cleaning it up, getting ready to try to do the fence. So got all this cleaned up all along that stretch. So anyway, and that's what we'll pick up the pace again today. Trying to get the fence in along there today. That's going to be the goal. Hopefully that concrete is set up enough in the ground. So, but yeah. And so, and oh, well, thank you, Dusty. Hey, Big Dusty inspires me. Especially, I love the little DeWalt router stuff. And man, it was just like, man, look at him. He's got his stuff up on the benches. He get me. That's y'all's garden looks great. That's what kind of motivates me, man. I see y'all doing stuff, and then I feel like I need to do stuff. See, that's what thrives and pushes me is I see people do things and then it encourages me to do things. But then you turn around and man, that's why some of the one, if you're just going to just talk about how bad everything, I just can't, I'm out of it. Oh, his Apocalyptic Radio, the live version. Yeah, that was pretty good. I like them oldies. It's my kind of jam. Just need to throw some Jim Reeves off in there. Need some Jim Reeves. Gee, Moneno. Only when the few stand up, they are made an example of, i.e., parents against gender trend and brainwash FBI henchmen. It wasn't just a local issue, but global. It would take masses everywhere. Well, it takes that town to stand up against that school board. And then if it's the city, you stand up against that city council, you know. Hey, Miss Greta. Morning. There was a guy in my area who did motocross with one arm. Hey, man, you know who one of my encouragements as a kid, you know what, was the damn drummer for Def Leppard. Dude, that dude used to give me just all kinds of, maybe that's one of those little subliminal things that always told me you don't ever accept where you're at. You know, the drummer of Def Leppard, dude. I mean, I'm sorry, you got both arms, you're a drummer in a band, then you have an accident, you lose an arm, and you come back still hitting it. I mean, but see, if you'll notice, it's like a lot of these things, they take place in the Democratic controlled areas where they get to dictate things, you know, and then they paint the picture and they go, see, to me, it's like you could go down here into this town that's 20 miles north of me. You could go down there and you can go in the school board meeting and say, you can go into the county meeting, you know, and nobody calls any government agencies. There's no federal agency. I mean, you have to kind of like have something major, and then they usually ask them to come up from Houston. So there is none of that here. Now, if you went down into Houston, into good old Sheila Jackson, Maxine Water kind of place, oh yeah, you start bucking the system, they're going to sick the dogs on you. That's what they do. They run that area because people have given in and let them. That's what gives them the power to do that. But I will say, if people don't stand up right now and realize how important it is to be an American citizen, you potentially could lose. Your vote really won't matter. So you can say it right now when it really does, but you can roll on over and go, it doesn't matter, and just give it up. You know, some people just go into prison and they lay over face down on the bunk and just accept what's coming. And I guess you can do that. Some people don't put up with that shit. So it is what it is. But you got votes that are coming in that if you're not paying attention to your area and focusing on your local areas and encouraging them to instigate voter ID on a local level, and you're just going to wait for some federal people to do it, then yeah, you're fixing to get screwed. So that's what's going to happen. Because they're trying to pass a deal in the House. They did. It won't make it through the Senate. But once again, this is why it's important for people to start hammering their state legislative, their county judges stuff, is to push the voter ID, because they found that there's a loophole that, yes, an illegal person here can't vote. It's illegal for them to vote if you're not a citizen. The problem is that if these areas aren't going to request a voter ID, then when they cast the vote and it's taken out of that ballot envelope, there's no more way to track that. So that's going to be their next thing. You know, they used the COVID shit to do the mail-in ballots. This next one will be the illegal aliens, and it's because people won't go down to their local areas going, are we going to require voter ID? You know, and they're just going to let that, the House, the Senate, the federal government that I don't trust, I'm just going to leave it in their court and see what they do. They're not going to pass it. Oh, poor woe is me. bullshit, man. You go down here and make sure your county judge, hey, our election board, are we going to be asking for voter IDs? What's that going to be like? Down here, we got to do voter ID. So I don't sweat my area, but that's all I can speak for. But I think the more people play along with this whole federal national kind of thing, then you're going to lose sight of what happens in your areas. And in your area can become the next Detroit, Seattle, Portland, Austin, San Antonio, San Francisco, Los Angeles, Dallas. It is what it is. There's a reason why there are places like that, and then there's places that aren't like that. And it's because not everything is the same. Some people spoke up and didn't allow some shit. Other places allowed it. I can take you right down here to Walmart right here, and you're not going to get, jacked or have your ass beat going into that Walmart. You ain't going to have to step over piles of shit. Go down there to San Francisco, you got to dodge the needles, the shit piles, the little zombie people bent over at the waist. You're going to go in to get something out of the store, and you're going to get probably bum rushed by a mob of people that come in and rip everything off the shelves and run out the thing. And now what you went in there for is not there anymore, and you got your ass beat. So see, there's a way. Why isn't my city like that city if everything's the same? If the big bad boogeyman controls every fucking thing, then why isn't my area sucking as bad as everybody else's? Hell, dude, I just got 2 counties over as 30,000 fucking illegals in an area called Colonial Ridge. So why isn't my shithole like that? Why is it that George Floyd was from fucking Houston, Texas, and the country lit the fuck afire in 2020 over George Floyd, but not Texas, not Houston, where he was from? We didn't light shit on fire down there. Why? Because Texas mentality, that shit just ain't gonna play here. You can create your bullshit only to a point. And it's because not every place is the same. I'm not saying we're all perfect. I'm just saying that just shows the differences. So it's because people need to pay attention in their areas. You can change the dynamic of where you are. But I know it's just easier. It's kind of like, hell, I used to be a dopehead. Trust me, I was a dopehead for years. I come up with all kinds of excuses to justify why I did what I did. I get it. It's easier. The path of least resistance. I don't know. I don't know. And I don't know what it takes to wake people up and to kind of get people on just back to you can say like 76 mentality, when what they did is they could just went around and promote freedom from that tyrannical government. Hey, do you want the rights to own your property? Do you want the right to start a business? Do you want to not have to send your money across over there to the king who hasn't kept up his part of the deal? And people just stuck with that. They didn't say, well, I don't know. The shoes you wear are just too fucked up. I can't talk to you, or you don't listen to my kind of music, or, well, you don't live in this kind of house that I like, so I can't. This is where we've gotten now. Back then, you just dangled the freedom carrot. Hey, do you want freedom? You want to fight for some freedom? And you know what? The majority of people said, you damn Skippy. And for 10 years, they founded those documents and went on the run to form something that then changed this country and established freedom, which then trickled around the world. And I just believe that. So, and I think that's what got us here. That's why you're seeing the smaller countries react before we do. Why? Because they were fresh to the freedom scene. So when it started to get flipped, they didn't have a chance to get spoilt and complacent. So all of a sudden they started standing up. This is also, by the way, keep in mind, one of the largest election years across the world as far as leadership elections. So more countries have leadership elections this year, if I'm not mistaken, than any other time in history. So that means I don't know. I guess we'll see where people want to go. Purple waffles become blue waffles. You know what? And no matter at the end of the day, though, they all become brown waffles as they come out the other end. So Oh yeah, this is this, and I mean I hate to do it because it's such a cliche kind of saying, but it's the soul and direction of this country is on the line. That's my 2 cents. They wouldn't have put all in if they weren't standing out for the long haul. It's kind of like when the bank robber has that moment and he realizes that, yeah, the bank's surrounded. I get it. And he makes the decision. It's like, you know what? I don't give a fuck. I'm just not going to go out like that. So then all of a sudden the whole gun battles fight and all the shit hits the fan. And at the end of the day, he's usually laying somewhere not alive anymore. It's kind of like, I don't know. This country's, and it's going to, the shit's hitting the fan. So anybody that likes to think that, oh, I just don't care, I ain't into all that politics, all that shit, all that radical stuff, whatever, it's okay. It don't make a shit. I know, regardless of whatever, there is Team A and Team B, and they're meeting in November, and somebody's going to walk off the field and not be a happy camper. That's just because that's the nature of the two opposing forces. Two opposing forces are coming to a head in November, and one side's going to walk away not very happy. So there will be a hell of a whirlwind. But, you know, there you go. Hey, man, I just share my 2 cents. It is what it is. I believe the losers will start us. Yeah, of some style. See, I think that term, it's like that term, if you actually think about that, that was when there were two sides. I don't think we'll have two sides. I think you have this bad collective evil side, but I think on the middle class, conservative, Republican, liberal, right side, whatever, all this other side that's not into that shit. This isn't a collective enough because, you know, it's like on this side, this is so diverse over here. I don't know if, you know, it actually even become that. I think it'd be more of that, what do they call it? What's the term? Oh, shit. I forgot the damn term now. Where it's going to be more segregated battles. I've been watching politics and the economy for quite some time. That's where the end will begin. I can believe it. Hey, Silver, what rescue? You're such a wonderful kind of man. Glad you blessed my life. Hey, Silver, I'm glad you're here. It's good to see you. Been wondering how you were doing. I know I don't stream very late anymore, so there's a lot of people I don't get to see anymore. Michigan, what's up, brother? Morning, everybody. Should have seen the Northern Lights. I got a good pic. I'll send the rescue show off. Cool, Michigan. I will check my email, sir. I will check the email. When we look back on America as a Mad Max hellhole, we'll look back and say it started with the politicians, ruined our money, wrecked the world. In my opinion, I could see that. Yeah, if we even get to look back on America. How many look back on the medieval days? How many people look back on the Greek days? How many people look back on Genghis Khan days? How many people look back on, you know, that's just, and nowadays they change it and they spin this whole story behind it. So, and now that we've entered into this whole digital thing, man, you eradicate the hardcore copies. All of a sudden it's like, well, wait, I thought, next thing you know, dude, hell, I could see it in 100 years. People might not even know that America existed for 250 something years. They might think that America was some uprising. Yeah, back in the day, there was some group and they formed a thing called the United States. They tried to form this terrorist kind of country. And, you know, oh, I could see that. I could see all of a sudden we've been painted out as the big bad boogeyman. I will say Grumpy pointed out something. He said something and it kind of sunk in, and it was like, I think that's what it is. And, you know, there's so much talk like the movies are prophetic and they're telling us of the future, where I think what really happened is those were created out of imagination, but because those things are what's put in front of people's face, then what we see is art brought to life through people. It wasn't that was telling us of what's to come. They showed us that, and we made that come to be. That's, I can believe that. We'll be paying like Germany in the last century, the Ottomans before that. Hey, Eric, good luck with your flea market. Dude, I hope you get tons of customers. I hope you get a good selling of everything and squares you away, brother. Savage says, buy all of your 1911s. Roger that, Savage. Keep your head on a swivel. If you swing by the store, pick up something extra, though, because it ain't going to get cheaper tomorrow. And yeah, it is actually coming up on 8 o'clock. I've got to get, because I can't, I would like to do this more, but I've really got to stay focused on the project outside. So going to go do a little biscuits and sausage real quick, and then going to get out there, and hopefully that young man's going to show up here pretty soon, and we're going to get started again. Actions, not distractions. What's up, buddy? And sorry for everybody that's been here. If I didn't say hi, I apologize. Good morning, good day, good afternoon, good evening, wherever it's working for you. So, yeah. Hey, make your day a good day. You're the one in control. It's all in the way you perceive things. You know, it's up to you. You woke up today. You took a deep breath. The rest of the day is up to you. Do with it what you will. I appreciate it. Oh, well, yeah, but that's a biblical thing there, Nana. That's kind of different. That's biblical. So if you kind of go biblical, then we all know it's going to happen regardless. But that's just that. But yep, I appreciate everybody. Peace, everybody. Hey, I got fences to put up, and then figure out what the next project's going to be. Appreciate everybody. Make your day a good day. Somebody smile. Makes your day better. Remember, if you go to the store, pick up something extra. Things aren't getting cheaper. Things are going to get worse before they get better. Appreciate all y'all. See you later. Peace.
I ain't here tomorrow.
Damn it, Michigan. I'm sorry. I'll show those pictures tomorrow or the next. I'm sorry, brother. I just snapped that.
I don't see that morning sunset. There's some things I need for you to know. The truck is yours if you want it. It'll run forever if you treat it right. When you think of me on some back road, that's because I'm right there by your side. Chase your dreams until you catch on. Leave your doubts in a cloud of dust. You can't ever look too big. You can't call your mom too much. Do your best to get it right. Forgive yourself when you don't. Hope you don't forget how much I love you. I ain't here tomorrow. gonna get your heart broke. But a couple of tears don't make you weep. Gonna find that girl God made just for you. Knows what he's doing, wait and see. Chase your dreams until you catch on. Leave your doubts in a cloud of dust. You can't ever love too big. You can't call your mom too much. Do your best to get it right. Forgive yourself when you don't. Hope you don't forget how much I love you. I ain't here tomorrow. Shotgun in the family, raise your babies by the book, and keep my picture in your wallet, keep your car keys on a hook. Do your best to get it right, forgive yourself when you don't. Please don't ever forget how much I love you. I ain't here tomorrow.
Yeah, I appreciate everybody. Starting your Saturday. Hey, do something today positive. Accomplish something if it's the smallest little thing. You know, wipe a counter off. Break up a flower bed, just something, and then look back and pat yourself on the back that you successfully accomplished something. Just get something done today. Appreciate y'all very much. Take care. Much love. Peace.